Namaste. Welcome to the class. Today we're having a gentle flow. So I want to emphasize that this practice should be almost effortless. That's why I want you to have as much props as you can gather at home. It can be two blocks or two books the same size. It can be any blanket or the sandbag in case if you have it at home, and the bolster. Bolster is a completely optional. I'll show you a few things you can do for your shavasana. So if you don't have a bolster, it can be maybe a few more blankets or some kind of thick pillow. So we begin this class by laying down on our backs. Make yourself comfortable. Bend your knees. Keep your feet hip width apart. For the first part of our class, for the breath, we're going to use either the sandbag or the blanket. If you're having a sandbag, just a little remark here, make sure it's not heavier than 5 pounds. So you're going to place the blanket or the sandbag in the space where your diaphragm is. So it's beneath your lower ribs. We just want to have this light weight to feel as it moves up and down within our breath. The position of the arms is completely optional. You can extend it to the sides, you can frame your head with your arms. Just allow yourself to soften completely. If your low back feels a little tender, you can bring your feet wider so you can join your knees together. Whenever you're ready, close your eyes. As you're breathing, start noticing the pattern of your breath. At the very beginning, you don't need to apply any technique or you don't need to try to change your breath. Just acknowledge the way your body breathes in the present moment. As you continue breathing, notice if with your breath the belly lifts up and lowers down. If with your breath the sandbag or the blanket lifts up and falls down. See if you can deepen the breath slowly, gradually, so you can feel these movements. Bring your focus in the space beneath the blanket. Within each inhale, the dome of the diaphragm arches down towards the belly lifts up. Within each exhale, the dome of the diaphragm lifts up towards your lungs and the belly falls down. The diaphragm is really deep inside, so use your imagination or your visualization to awaken your awareness of that part of your body. As you have a little weight of the blanket or sandbag, try to soothe your breath so it's very, very smooth and even without the pauses or sharp corners here. So the breath becoming circular. The inhalation flowing into the exhalation and vice versa. Take another few breaths. With the next inhale, slowly open the eyes. Remove the blanket or the sandbag to the side and extend your arms along the sides. Bring your feet a little bit closer. The next inhale, press your lower back down towards the floor. You'll feel a slight engagement in your belly. Keep this engagement as you lift up your hips, your pelvis. Imagine you're squeezing something in between your thighs, so you're not letting the knees to move away from each other. Exhale one vertebra at a time, lower yourself all the way down. The last one is your sacrum pressed into the floor. Continue with your breath. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, gently lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with your breath. One more time. Inhale, lift your hips. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. Next inhale, keep your low back pressed down into the floor and reach your arms up. Reach your arms up above the head so they rest on the floor with your palms facing up. If your shoulders bothers you here, you can always bend your elbows a little bit. Otherwise, keep your arms straight. Now I want you to think about the long line from your fingertips to your sacrum. So with your sacrum, you're reaching towards your feet. With your fingertips, you're reaching into the opposite direction. Your low back pressed down, the spine becoming long. And move your chin slightly towards your chest. So with the base of your skull, you reach in the same direction as your fingertips. So the back side of your neck becoming long as well. Direct your breaths into your spine, just like your breath can move up and down your spine. The pose might seem as a very relaxing, and that is nothing is happening, but the all work happens internally. Next exhale, take your arms in the initial position, bring them along the sides. Now we do with the same dynamic shoulder bridges, but we will add on the lift of our arms. So make sure your feet as close to yourself as possible, feet in the parallel with each other. Inhale, press your low back down to the floor, reach your hips, squeeze your glutes, reach your arms up above the head, please don't twist your head. Exhale, everything goes down, take your arms with you, sacrum pressed at the end. Continue along with your breath, each inhale lifts you up, each exhale gradually takes you down to the floor. Next time you lift your hips up, pause on the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Take it down. Press your palms into the floor. Keep your low back pressed down. So there's always slight engagement in the belly. And by the engagement, I don't mean you pull your navel in, but you're trying to draw this low ribs slightly in. So there happen the slight contraction in the abdominal wall. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Flex your right foot. If your hamstring bother you, keep your knee slightly bent. Exhale, lower your straight leg down towards the floor without touching the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower. Continue just like this with your breath, up and down. Next time you lift your leg up, look at your foot and circle your foot a few times one direction. Reverse. And lower your leg towards the floor once again. Point your foot. And you're going to lift up, hug your left knee and pull your left knee up towards your chest, nose to the knee. Squeeze the left side of your belly. Pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Lift your right leg, inhale. And exhale, bend your right knee, change your legs. Extend your left leg up. Exhale, lower towards the floor. And continue, inhale up. Exhale to the floor. Next time you lift your left leg up, look at your foot, circle your foot a few times one direction. Opposite. Exhale, lower your left leg towards the floor, point your foot. Hug your right knee up towards your chest, nose to the knee. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right foot down, left leg extended. And exhale, left knee bent. Join the soles of your feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. With your feet together, allow your knees to move to the side. There's a diamond shape between your legs. Don't pull your feet too close to yourself. Keep your palms either on the inside of your thighs or on the lower part of your belly. Within each inhale, we're going to squeeze those feet towards each other as strong as we can. Feel the engagement in the thighs, in the pelvis. Inhale, push your feet towards each other. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, keep your feet together but relax completely. Surrender to the gravity. Feel the thighs rotating out, knees moving towards the floor. We do 2 more rounds just like this. Inhale, press your feet towards each other. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, soften. Inhale, press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And soften, pause. As you're pausing in the pose, continue absorbing the diaphragm moving inside of you. As you're breathing deeply, evenly. You can help yourself with the hands. Slowly bring your knees towards each other and separate your feet on the sides of the yoga mat. Extend your arms to the sides like a T shape with your arms in one line, and start dropping your knees from side to side with your own pace. You can link it to the breath. Each exhale, twisting the legs to the side. Head stay neutral, head stay in the center. And next time you're going to drop your knees all the way to the right. Pause there. Lift your head, turn it to the left, and then lower it down to the floor. Soften. Lift your head first, center, down, knees through the midline all the way to the left. And once again, first lift the head, then turn, and then lower. And keep more neutral position for the neck. Lift your head, turn, move your knees to the center. You can hug your knees here, rock a little bit from side to side. We're going to transition up into the seated position. I give you some time to choose your own transitioning. And coming up in the seated position. I'm going to turn to the side so it will be easier for me to show you the poses. Otherwise, we arrive in Sukhasana, easy pose. Keep your feet flexed to protect your knees. You can elevate yourself and sit on the blanket. Don't sit too high because we're going to start moving from here. Keep your palms on your knees. Allow your shoulders to soften completely. Lengthen the back side of your neck, like somebody pulls the base of your skull up and towards the ceiling, towards the sky. You can keep your eyes open, gazing at one point in front of you, or you can close your eyes if that's something what helps you to turn inwards. We'll do a few rounds of Ujjayi breath here. I encourage you to keep Ujjayi for the whole practice, but if you're just a beginner or never had the Ujjayi breath as a part of your practice, please at least try to follow me here at the beginning, and we will have it at the end as well. Begin just imagining that you have a mirror in front of you and you're going to fog it up. We'll do a few exhales with an open mouth. If you're familiar with the Ujjayi, you can just start to breathe on your own. Otherwise, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Continue doing the same, but now keep your lips sealed together. See how the slight contraction in your throat create the deep and long breath. You feel it on the back side of your throat. Perhaps you hear it as the sound of the ocean. Continue a few rounds. Ujjayi breath. Try to maintain your Ujjayi, at least on the exhalation. Open your eyes if they was closed. Bring your fingertips behind you and extend your legs straight for Dandasana staff pose. Keep your feet hip-width apart. Once again, you can elevate your hips, or you can move the flesh of your buttocks slightly behind you so you create a slight tilt in your pelvis. Keep your feet flexed, palms on the either side of your pelvis. You can stay on your fingertips. Take a few breaths here to reach forward through the heels to find this 90-degree angle with your body. If Dandasana is pretty challenging for you to keep the spine straight, I encourage you to keep your fingertips either on the floor or behind you on the floor. Otherwise, you can give yourself a little challenge by hugging your shoulders, hugging yourself and just maintaining the spine straight throughout the whole exercise. We'll be alternating the legs. With each exhale, you're going to pull the left foot, beginning with the left, on the inner side of your right leg all the way up towards your groin. and then extend it. And then change. Right knee out and forward. Continue with your own pace, with your own breath. Every time think about the tree pose or Janu Shirshasana pose when we rotating the thigh out, foot stay facing to the inner side of your straight leg. Do one more round. Release your arms. Pull the feet towards yourself. And bring the right foot in front of the left foot. You're forming one line. Don't keep them too close to yourself. Move them away. Pull the floor towards yourself as you inhale. And as you exhale, start to fold forward. No need to go too deep here. Spine can be round. Arms are completely relaxing. Close your eyes as you're coming back to either Ujjayi breath. If that's too challenging, continue this awareness of your circular breathings. Inhale, walk yourself up. Bring your feet together and change left foot in front of your right. Inhale, pull forward. And exhale, fold. Forehead goes down towards your feet. Inhale, walk up. And bring your knees towards each other. Transition into the child pose, Balasana. Separate your knees wide, big toes touch. Sit back onto your heels, stretch your arms forward. If that position is too challenging, bring two fists and your forehead on your fists. Forehead goes down. If you can reach towards the floor, soften completely. Inhale, look forward. Walk your palms to the right side without lifting your hips up. Cover your right palm with your left palm. Soften your head in between your arms. Watch your breath goes through the left side of your body into your left lung. Inhale, walk through the center, all the way to the left. Cover your left palm with your right palm. Soften your head in between your arms. Inhale, come back. Coming up into the tabletop. Bring your palms beneath your shoulders, palms, knees and feet in one line. Inhale, pull the floor towards yourself, arch for the cow pose. Exhale, push the floor away, round for the cat pose. Once again, find your rhythm, continue with your breath. Perhaps notice in which part of your spine happening the most movement. After the next exhale, come to the neutral spine. Now we're going to do the same, but we go down on the forearms. Bring your forearms down to the floor. And as you're going to move through the same two poses, notice how that point which you found where the most movement was happening now changed. So as you're going inhale, you pull the floor to yourself and arch. And as you're going to exhale, doing the same and push up. Inhale, arching. And exhale, rounding. Continue. And after the next exhale, bring yourself back up on your palms. Grab a couple of blocks, Anahatasana. So for Anahatasana, if the pose I show you will be between tense, you're going to skip the blocks and use only one block beneath your forehead. Otherwise, we're going to keep the 90-degree angle with the legs, so hips over the knees. Elbows will go on the blocks, palms together. And as you exhale, your forehead goes down in between the blocks, with your heart melting down towards the floor. And as I mentioned, if that's too much, use the forehead down on the floor and palms down. So if you're using the forehead down on the floor, you don't want to arch your chest down. You rather concentrate on lengthening of the both sides of your torso and of your spine. If you're doing the blocks version, hear more about the mobility of the shoulders and how deep your chest can sink towards the floor. Inhale, coming back from the pose, palms down. If you use the block, remove them, place them aside. Coming back to the tabletop. Bring your palms towards each other so they stay in the middle. Press your right palm into the floor, left elbow up, left arm extended, inhale. Exhale through the bending of your elbow, left palm down. Right arm in up, inhale. Exhale, down. Left arm. Exhale. Right arm. Exhale. Left arm comes up, pause, breathe, keep pushing yourself away from the floor. Inhale. Exhale, threading the needle, arm goes beneath your right shoulder. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, now take it beneath your right shoulder, left shoulder down, head down. Option for your right arm, either extended above the head or up behind your spine, looking for the opposite thigh. Your left shoulder blade move away from your spine. Re-extend your right arm up. Exhale, right palm in front of your face, push up. Left arm up one more time. Exhale, left palm down. Inhale, twist to the right, right arm extended up, pause. If that's too much, you can always keep your elbow bent or even keep your palm on the side of your torso. Inhale. Exhale, threading the needle. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, right shoulder down, head down. Option for your left arm, same what it was before. Pause there. Re-extend your left arm up. Exhale, palm in front of your face. Push up. Right arm up, inhale. And exhale, palms down. Let's go to the downward facing dog. You can take a child pose instead. If you're taking the down dog, walk your palms forward. Spread your fingers, lift up your hips. Feet stay hip width apart. Walk it out a little bit. Head rests in between your arms. Look back towards your toes. Once you found the midline, send the both heels down to the floor. But if that's created discomfort in your shoulders, I would rather bend the knees and concentrate on the lengthening of the spine at this moment. As you continue looking back towards your feet, bring your feet closer towards each other and open them up so the heels touching each other and toes apart. Like a frog legs, we're going to lift the heels up and bend the knees, send them down towards the floor. And inhale, lift the hips up, straighten the legs. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Do a couple of more. And next time you're squatting down, lower your knees down, sit back on your heels, turn your palms facing up for the child pose. Inhale, look forward. Transition forward and lay down on your belly. Feet stay hip width apart. Palms in front of your chest, fingers turn towards the chest. Push yourself up and imagine you want to touch the front side of the yoga mat with your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side, preparing for the Sphinx pose. Lower yourself down with your elbows beneath your shoulders. If that's too intense, move your elbows forward. Please don't keep your elbows too far back. If you feel it's hard for you to lift the chest, see if you can bring your elbows further forward. Pull the floor towards yourself, broaden through the collarbones. Concentrate on the traction in your spine. Breathe. Exhale, right elbow goes down. Going to take your left knee, bend it, take your left foot, and then pull your heel towards your glute. If that happens easy, see I'm turning my fingers pointing towards me, my elbow pointing up, and instead of towards my buttock, I'm pushing my heel down to the floor. Please be very careful if you had any knee injury and if that position create the numbness, tingling, or the pain in your knee. If it's too intense, you can just kind of bend the knee and pull it a little bit to a point when it's comfortable for you. The half Ardha Mandukasana. Manduka means the frog. And release. Switch. Left elbow in front of you, bend your right knee. See how far you can get here. And release. Bend your palms underneath your shoulders. Push up on your knees and come back to the down dog. This time in down dog, keep your feet closer towards each other. Look back towards your toes. Reach your right leg up, bend your knees, tuck your right hip on the top of your left. Maintain the same pressure in between your palms. Exhale, right foot goes down. Press for the right foot, reach your left leg up, bend your knees, tuck your left hip on the top of your right. And bring it down. Bring the both knees down to the floor and step your right foot forward. We're moving into the lizard lunge, so have one block handy in front of you. You can move your left knee more backwards so you have more space for your left hip. Few options as usually. You can keep your palms down, you can keep your forearms down to the block, maybe even down to the floor. Choose what works for you today. Make sure your right foot stay planted on the floor. Option always, lift the back knee up. Drop your back knee down, come up on your palms. If your knees are very sensitive, you might want to use something, some cushion beneath your back knee. Left palm stay on the floor, twist to the side, lift your back foot up, perhaps grab your foot and pull it towards your left buttock. And slowly release. Move your right foot to the center. Now you can use a couple of blocks for the half split. I'm going to shift back, making sure your back leg is 90 degrees. Front leg straight. Flex your front foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, soften in between your legs. Inhale, half lift. Now please listen carefully and maybe even take a look at me if you were just following my voice. You're going to shift slightly forward and then take this back knee closer towards yourself. So you're going to sit back. Take your time to transition back. So there is two options for you. The first option would be as you place the block behind you and go all the way back. So you're sitting on the block with your left foot on the side of your pelvis and the foot facing up. If you're familiar with the Virasana pose, so your ankles are pretty flexible, I suggest you to sit all the way down to the floor. Your right leg is going to be straight with your foot pointing up. Inhale, either sit straight and pause here, continue breathing, or start slowly walk yourself forward. It's easy to fall to the right, so you might even want to stick your right foot or right arm to the side so you're not falling, you're not leaning to the right. And continue following your breath. Inhale, come up if you was folding forward. Use your core to lift up, move forward. You can lift up foot, circle it a little bit, few times one direction, few times opposite. And we're going to move into the pigeon pose. So walk your right foot to the left side of the yoga mat and lower your knee down. Bend your knee as much as you need to keep your hips, your pelvis neutral, the both hip bones pointing down. Inhale, half lift. If that's created discomfort, you can slide something underneath your right hip so you're sitting on a support. Either stay here or lower yourself down. You can bring your forehead down on your forearms. Make sure you're not leaning to the right too much here, so you're keeping yourself in the center. Inhale, walk up. Push yourself up. If you were sitting on the block, remove it, place it aside. Now pull this left knee closer to yourself. Move your right knee on the top of your left. We're about to move to Gomukhasana. Once again, I give you a few options. One of the options is using the block. So you can place the block behind you, in between your feet, and sit on the block. The pose of Gomukhasana is when both feet pointing, facing straight back. So either you're sitting on the block or you're sitting all the way down on the floor. If that's still challenging, please extend your bottom leg in front of you, and that would be a bit more easier. Bring your arms behind you, grab your elbows. Keep your spine straight. If you wish to go to the full Gomukhasana, keep your right arm behind you, left elbow pointing up. Make a lock behind your spine. Keep your neck neutral. Pause here. Exhale, release your arms first. Lean forward, palms down. Release your legs, come back in the down dog, center yourself. Both knees towards the floor. We're taking the same sequence on the opposite side. Left foot goes on the side for the lizard lunge. Take the same shape you had on the opposite side. Add on the Ujjayi breath or just the circular breath. Exhale, drop your back knee down. Come up on your palms, right palm stay down, twist towards your left leg, option back foot up. Grab your foot, pull your heel up towards your glutes. Exhale, release. Walk your left foot to the center. You can use couple of blocks for the half split, making sure the back leg is 90-degree, front leg straight, foot flexed. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale. Remember where we go to Virasana, half Virasana pose. So bend your left knee, move your right knee slightly forward. If you was using the block, use it once again. If you were sitting just on the floor, make your way back. Sit on the left side from your right foot. Right foot facing up. Either pause here, maintain the straight spine, or fold forward. Maybe even your left arm goes slightly to the side to keep yourself in the midline. Inhale, look forward. Push up or forward. Pigeon pose. Left foot travels to the right side of the yoga mat. Take your variation. The front leg 90 degrees or sharper, back leg extended straight behind you. Inhale, pull the floor slightly towards yourself. And exhale, folding forward. You can use maybe the bolster if you have it, or the block to support yourself. Or go all the way with your forehead down on your forearms. Inhale, walk up. Palms stay on the floor. Bring your right knee a little bit closer and bring your left knee on the top of your right. So if you was choosing the half pose, the bottom leg will be extended. The full pose, you're sitting back with the both feet pointing, facing straight back behind you. Grab your elbows behind your spine, maintain your spine straight. For the full position, point your right elbow up, make a lock. You also can use the belt if you have it handy, just pull on the belt. Release. Transition forward. One more down dog for us today. Shift back, hips lifted. And drop the both knees down. Keep your knees together, separate your feet. We go for the full Virasana pose. Please use the block if that feels uncomfortable for your knees or for your ankles. Otherwise, sit straight on the floor between your feet. You can don't pull your calves too much out. You can only kind of squeeze your thumb right in the knee and just pull a little bit in this area. That's it. Otherwise, do not rotate it too much. Make sure there is no distance between your knees or just a very small distance. Bring your right palm on the top of your left, bring your thumbs to touch. So as I promised you at the beginning of the class, we have a few more rounds of Ujjayi breath here. That's wonderful if you was continuing breathing Ujjayi throughout the whole class. And if you're just at the beginning of your path with the pranayama, that's completely fine. Let's take a few Ujjayi breaths here. Open your eyes, palms down, lean forward, and slowly transition with your legs extended in front of you. Sit a little bit closer to the front side of the yoga mat. Reach with your buttocks back behind you with your sit bones pressed down. Flex your feet. Inhale, pull the floor towards yourself, and exhale, start folding forward. If this position is not quite happening yet, you can use the bolster and place your elbows on the bolster. Or you can bend your knees a little bit and lean with your belly towards your thighs. Moving to Paschimottanasana. Inhale, walk up. Sit closer towards your heels, bend your knees. Please lay down on your back. Shoulder bridge, keep your feet as close to your pelvis as possible. Press your palms down into the floor. Press your low back, engage your glutes, lift your hips. Either stay here or shimmy your shoulder blades towards each other and interlace your fingers underneath your pelvis. Keep pushing your pelvis up with your chest moving towards your chin. Exhale, lower down. Take your right ankle, place it on the top of your left thigh. Keep your right foot flexed. Either stay here or clasp your fingers on the back of your left thigh or on the top of your left shin. Shoulders relaxed, head relaxing on the floor. Exhale, release, switch. Right foot down, left ankle on the top of your right thigh. Make the same position as you had on the opposite side. Exhale, release everything. At the end, you can do a couple of twists. You can do the happy baby pose. Perfect ending of the class. And whenever you'll be ready, I invite you to Shavasana. If you have bolster, place the bolster underneath your knees. So your low back can rest comfortably on the floor. Choose any comfortable position for your arms. I suggest you to keep them along sides with your palms facing up. Allow everything to soften and close your eyes. Let go any expectations you might having from this class, from this practice. The stress is the tension in between the reality and our expectations. So let this Shavasana be stress-free. Feel how you pausing, and as the stillness arises in the body is starting to relax. Body is relaxing in the floor. The breath gently rocks the body into the relaxation. Set aside any expectations, set aside any ideas about yourself. The body becoming shapeless. Let go of any idea about your body. Often we think to achieve something, we have to put as much effort as we can. But here in Shavasana, I invite you to dive really deep and achieve not only the relaxation of the body, but the joy of the inner stillness. And to do that, instead of applying the effort, all what we need to do is surrender. Set aside all the roles which we was been playing throughout the life. All the roles we play because somebody expecting something from us. All this time we're trying to be someone. Don't touch it right now. Set it aside. Dive deep where beneath all these identifications and your personalities lies the vast land of energy, of your true self, timeless, boundless, limitless. Merge with this energy field and be with it in silence. Inhale, exhale. Come back to the physical shape of your body, the weight and points of connection between the body and the floor. Create any movements necessary for you to reconnect with your physical body. No rush. Give yourself plenty of time to transition between the practice into the day. If you want to stay longer here, you can pause this video and just take your time. Otherwise, I invite you to come up into the seated position. As we're closing this class, come into the seated comfortable pose, close your eyes. Allow yourself to remember these feelings, this bliss after the practice. On the physical level, on the mental level, the level of your subconscious mind. Now you know the path to this bliss, the effortless path to this state. Bring your palms together whenever you're ready. With the gratitude we finish in this class, the gratitude to yourself, to your body, to the practice, and to all your teachers on and off the mat. Bow forward to yourself and to each other, and slowly blink your eyes to open. Thank you so much for your practice. Take some time after the practice if you want to, if you have some time, to meditation, maybe postpone watching the TV or any kind of screen, really. Just stay with this stillness for a little bit.